Welcome to the Lead Pedal Podcast with your host, Bruce Outridge, where he talks all things trucking. Now let's get rolling.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to another edition of the Lead Pedal Podcast. This is episode number 1123. It's a Lead Pedal Q&A, which means we're going to give answer a listener's question. Our disclaimer, we'd like to make sure if we're telling you stuff, we're telling you in general nature. Please seek out a professional if you want more information on your specific thing. So today it's communication code. Someone wants to know communicates for lights on trucks. How do I do it? Or what does it mean? Well, I'll tell you all about it right after this. I mean, we got to tell you about Bison Transport first, right? Because they're the ones who would teach you how to do that. So Bison Transport is one of the safest fleets in Ontario, Canada, and actually across Canada. They just won an award again this year. But they have a lot of opportunities for owner-operators, for drivers, for 7 and 7, which is for part-time drivers, all kinds of stuff. They're looking for mechanics. If you fit any of those roles and you want to check out Bison Transport, go to bisondriving.com. You can click on that and just click on your area because they've got terminals all across North America, and you can get started with a career at one of the largest and safest fleets in Canada. All right, let's get into it. So this listener said, hey, you know what? Just started driving about 6 months ago. Was wondering what the communication codes via flashing lights, clearance lights normally mean. I've had a handful of trucks tonight blink their light 2 or 3 times at me, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. Okay, so this could be a number of different reasons. If you don't know why they're blinking at you, which means you didn't do anything, you might have your high beams on. That's the first reason they're probably blinking at you. But let's get into some of the communication codes. First of all, there's a whole set of codes for lights that actually are built in. So back in the day, so if you want to let somebody in, and it's a little harder with daytime running lights. Back in the day, if you wanted to let a truck in, so a truck's passing you, you're in the right lane, a truck is passing you, and you want to let them know that they have enough room to get back in without taking off the hood of your truck. You flick their lights. Usually we would turn them off, turn them back on again. Maybe do that a couple times, and the driver would know to come back over. And then to say thank you for being such a nice person, they would flick their clearance lights once or twice, and that makes them go on and off, and it's basically saying thank you. So that used to be something you had to do physically with the lights. Now they've got an interrupt switch in the dash, so when you flick that up, it actually cuts off the clearance lights for you to say thank you. Now we've got daytime running lights, which means you can't shut your lights off anymore. So now most drivers will use high beams, but you want to do it quickly. You don't want to leave them on for a long period of time. So flick your high beams on, flick them back off. You do that a couple times. That lets the driver know it's good to come over. It's just letting them know they have enough space. Now, if you're looking at the other way, there's different things. Again, if somebody is, it's mostly we use them for that, for saying thank you or what have you. Now, some people will use the signal lights. We caution you on doing that. I use the 4-ways in my car because you can't, if I flick off my clearance lights, you won't see any. So I use 4-ways if I don't have clearance lights. Some drivers will use their signal, so they'll signal to the way they want to go in, and then they'll signal with the opposite signal to say thank you. Now, that can be confusing to other drivers following that vehicle, so be very careful doing that. I would suggest either the 4-ways really quick or the clearance lights if you have them. That's probably the biggest things to say. You've got to watch what people are doing. But you know what? It's a fun way to communicate over the road. A lot of people have done that, and that's the way it is for today. So very cool question. Thank you to Brendan for that question that came across. Before we go, let me tell you about RS2000 Tax Services. That's right. They operate for trucking and farming. Those are the 2 industries they specialize in, which means you're going to get somebody who understands the trucking industry, understands the kind of items that you have, and make sure that you're getting the best for your benefit. The nice thing is they come to you. That's right. They're in Kamoka, Ontario. You don't have to get to Kamoka. I mean, you're not going to find it anyway. It is out by London, by the way. But no, they come to you. They've got people all throughout the province, so wherever you are, if you need someone, they come and they work with you, and they work with your family, and they work with your personal situation, which makes it very nice because they are making sure that you are happy and that everybody understands what's going on with your taxes, and hopefully helping you be successful with your business. So give them a call. Check them out at RS2000 Tax Services, and let them know that the Lead Pedal Podcast sent you. You can go to rs2000tax.com and check them out, and they'll come to you. And boom, Just like that, you're done. And while you're calling them, right after you get off the phone, make sure you follow us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. Get us there, follow us, and then you'll be able to know where we are too. And that way you'll always follow us. All right, my friends. Hey, remember, if you're listening to Lead Pedal Q&A and you want to see more of them, go to our websites in the category section. You can check out all the other Lead Pedal Q&As. But remember, if it's something serious like immigration, lawyer, something like that, please check with a professional before you do anything. We are giving you information general in nature. All right, my friends, we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.
This has been another episode of the Lead Pedal Podcast. For more information or to subscribe to the podcast, visit theleadpedalpodcast.com and be sure to follow the podcast on Facebook and Twitter.